Yeah, that shit don't make me feel some type of way. Yeah, why would I pray for your health? Baby, I pray for myself. Why would I pay for your pics, boo? I'm fucking somebody else. I'm fucking somebody better. You it fucking whoever. Yeah, yeah. D0NOT, fuck with me, baby, I can't be stopped for real. Last tried me, broken lion, baby, I heard that man got killed. You show up to class, I ain't packing no Lunchable. Yo, what's up? Shoutouts to JPEG Mafia, his new LP. LP? It's literally titled LP. It's really fucking good. Go check that out. What's up, y'all? I got a sniffly nose. I just woke up. I'm feeling good. It's Saturday morning. And this week was Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, y'all. I hope you had a good holiday. I had work yesterday on Black Friday, but that's whatever. I got through it. Could be much worse. Yeah, I'm doing good, guys. I'm looking good. I'm feeling good. I've been working out really hard these past couple of weeks. And you can fucking see it. Like my shoulders, they're toned. I used to work out a little bit, but nothing where like it really changed my body. But I've been going hard, drinking hemp protein shakes. You know, banana coconut water and a little bit of hemp protein, chocolate flavor. It's delicious, and I've been getting big. Like my shoulders, like I look like I could beat you up. Although I can't. Don't tell anyone, I don't know how to fight. But it don't look like it. It looks like I can fight. Just don't try to punch me. Alright, I've got a couple things here. I wrote down a couple things that upset me, but it's been so long since I wrote them down. I'm not even mad anymore. But they're interesting. I think they're interesting. I do want to talk about them. So, for starters, personally, let me say, I'm not a big fan of birth control. Not a big fan of condoms either, but you gotta do what you gotta do. But lately, you know, I'm really starting to come to terms with it, and I'm realizing the importance of birth control. You know, it may fuck with their hormones, it may make them feel crazier than ever, throw their period cycle off. It's definitely not good for you and your body. But the one thing that birth control is good for is making it so all that cum is her problem now. You know, normally you come on her, you gotta go get the towel, wipe it up, because you made the mess, right? Now you just dump your clip and then you go, here's a towel. Go squat in the toilet and squish it out. It's your problem now. So you know what? Birth control may be really bad for you and increase your chances of getting cancer. But hey, I don't have to wipe up cum anymore. And that shit's disgusting. Number 2 on my list. I was reading this article about a study. I was reading it like 2 weeks ago, maybe. And basically it was testing kids' knowledge of where food comes from. So it asked them, like, where does this food come from? Where does this food come from? And what the study concluded is that most kids think that hot dogs come from plants. It's called a hot dog. And then I looked into the study and I was reading over it, and it looks biased as fuck. First off, they only tested about 73 kids. And then they were testing these kids in an unnamed southeastern state. Well, come on. This seems like the most cherry-picked data ever. Hot dogs are from plants. Yeah, and pizza's a vegetable. Thanks, government. I forget the other examples, but it was saying that they had no idea where any food comes from. They thought veggies came from animals. They thought animals came from veggies. It's like, well, that's not fair. 1, you got to do a larger study. 2, you got to do it from all over the country. You can't just do it where critical race theory is taught and not evolution, you know? Come test the kids in Massachusetts. They'll all know where everything comes from. For the most part. We got a lot of dum-dums up here, too. You can't escape them. But we're in Massachusetts. We're way smarter than all you dumb fucks out there down south. Nah, I'm playing. No, I'm actually playing. People from the south are wicked smart, too. Especially emotionally smart. They're just different. We have different cultures. Plus, Massachusetts has like a crazy school system, so we've got Harvard, MIT, we got all the big ones. It's tough to keep up with that. That's also why housing and living up here costs so goddamn much. You want to raise kids here? You're gonna have to fucking pay for it. I could go to Florida and get a house for $100,000. That same shit will cost me $1 million out here. It's fucking stupid. Dude, fuck the city. That's where my girl lives, but I'm trying to move out there, but it's so goddamn expensive. Raj. Alright, sorry, I had to pause. That was my dear mother. She was telling me that she had made upma for breakfast, which is delicious Indian breakfast. But she's gonna toss it because it's too salty and too spicy. Long story short. Anyway, that's my mother. Say hi, yo. She's a sweetie pie. What was I saying? Oh yeah, hot dogs are plants, if you didn't know. But I don't know, that was such a bullshit study. I've actually been reading through a lot of different studies like that. Some on vitamin D, some on COVID or whatever. Just so I can still be in the habit of reading peer-reviewed articles and knowing how to look at them and read them, you know? Because people just be throwing bullshit facts in your face. Like, I'm vaccinated. You need to get vaccinated. Here's random things that I heard on CNN. I'm like, okay, fuck you. Have you ever even read a peer-reviewed article, asshole? I didn't go to school for this shit, but I learned how to read them in school. I'm still a scientist. I still went to school for science, so get out of here with your fucking liberal arts degree. And your fear of COVID. You're 30 years old. You're not gonna die. Chances are. Sure, you could, but you could also die from the flu just as easy. You know why you're gonna die at 30 years old from a disease? Because you're fucking fat, you don't work out, and you eat McDonald's every week. If you're gonna die from this, that's probably what it's gonna be from. Now, don't get me wrong, I know elderly people and people with a lot of comorbidities are really in danger. But, I mean, in that case, you can get vaccinated. It's only gonna last you 2 to 3 months of immunity, then you're gonna need another booster, but hey, if you don't want to eat well, and get outside and get your exercise, that's on you. You gotta go eventually. Stop shutting down the businesses and restaurants I want to go to. For fuck's sake. Okay, enough of that. Speaking of COVID, the next thing on my list is I had so today's Thanksgiving. About a month ago, my uncle came to visit. They're going to a wedding. And my uncle works for the FDA. So just out of nowhere. So they were nervous about it, so I had to wear a mask around my own house. Whatever, I'm fine with doing that. It's just for a weekend. But just out of nowhere, he just throws this argument. Give me one good reason why you haven't gotten vaccinated. I'm like, what? No. I don't want to do this. He's like, come on, give me one good reason. I'm like, okay. You want to go off? Prepare yourself. Long story short, I give him 5 good reasons, and he can't counter-argue any of them. His only argument was, no, that's not true. It's like, what do you mean it's not true? I fucking looked at studies. You fucking asshole. You work for the FDA, you're saying you have no bias in this situation? He's like, no, I have no bias. Really? Because you work for the FDA? If you said that you had bias, but this is what you have seen and understand to be true, then I'd be more likely to believe you. But you can't even admit your own bias. Everyone has bias. Get the fuck out of here with that. You're clearly not scientific about this all. You're just listening to what your boss says. You're trying to root for your company. Because that's the winning team, right? Get the fuck out of here with that shit. And it's funny because my uncle was all up in arms. And then his wife had to make him apologize. He couldn't even do it. He was like, I'm sorry I riled you up earlier. Like, okay, bitch, get the fuck out of here with that. Keep your fake ass apology. But I was like, whatever, no hard feelings. But his wife was so sweet. She clearly was like, hey, chill out. He clearly has an idea what he's talking about. And he's being thoughtful and considerate. He's wearing his mask and keeping his distance. Stop fucking with him. And I was like, God damn it, I love you. She's a sweetie pie. And she wanted to take a picture to remember us. So she took a picture with me and my girlfriend. She's like, take that fucking mask off. Like, you don't need that. Like, let's take a nice picture and be together. So shout outs to my auntie. She's the best. And fuck my uncle. He'll probably get COVID. Alright, what else we got here? Damn, I'm just running through topics today. And I'm only 10 minutes deep, hell yeah. I feel like that's how this podcast should always go. I like having a lot of things to talk about. I've been trying to pick things that don't upset me. I've been trying to talk about things I love more than things I hate. It's better to stay positive than to get upset about things. But also, that doesn't mean ignore the things that upset you. I'll just talk about them and try not to get upset. It's a good emotional practice for me, right? Sure. Nah, it is. I'm just playing. What's next? Oh, this is from a while ago. I watched this playthrough of a video game called At Dead of Night. And it's really cool. So it starts out as a movie with live characters. And then it seamlessly transitions into what's called full motion video, or FMV. And basically they film actual actors and they just combine it with animated games. So the rooms and the doors, the game atmosphere is all animated, but the characters in the game are real. It's actual filmed people. And basically you're a girl, you went hiking with your friends, but you got separated. They went to a hotel. It's night, it's rainy, scary. You lose signal, you catch up with them. You get to the hotel. They've already checked in, they've bought your room, and the guy at the counter is just weird. He's just a fucking weirdo. Just like white, male pattern baldness, needs friends. And he's offering like, oh, would you guys like for the entertainment to come by your room? Starts at midnight. Okay, why are you sending around entertainment at midnight? We're all sleeping. But it's really just this dude who owns the hotel trying to show off his comedy act. Hey, I'm Hugo Bang, or whatever his name was. Oh, I got this alter ego character. He's quite silly. He says things you're not supposed to say. Stuff like that. Long story short, this guy's schizophrenic and potentially haunted by a family curse. Oops, spoilers. Oh well, go fuck yourself. Just go play the game anyway. The story is really cool. You'll like it. And the gameplay is awesome. It's actually frightening. You have to zoom around the hallways while he's chasing you down. He hides in the doorways and in the shadows and stuff. And if he comes to get you, you gotta hide in a room. You gotta break line of sight, go hide in a hotel room. And you can hide in the dresser or you can hide in the bathroom. But hiding in the dresser, you find out sometimes he pretends to leave the room. And then he pops out of the bathroom and gets you. If you hide in the bathroom, same thing. He'll leave the room, but he'll just stand outside the door. So you wait. You have to wait until you hear his voice. And if you don't, then you know he's just waiting there for you. Yeah, really cool game. I didn't buy it because I'm too afraid of that shit. I love scary games, but I just can't play them for myself. I'm too much of a wuss. Really interesting game, though. If you like scary games, I recommend it. And the guy I was watching play it, he had some comments. He plays a lot of scary games. And he pointed out the Shining carpet because people in the comments were going crazy over it. And he's like, yeah, there's a lot of games that use the Shining carpet. Like, I didn't think it was necessary to point it out. I was like, that's so interesting that so many people love The Shining. And so many scary game designers put in the same carpet from The Shining into their game. I was thinking, kids nowadays, they must not even realize that carpet is from The Shining. They must just think that's the horror video game carpet. Because they don't know Jack Nicholson. They don't know who the fuck that is. Kids are out of touch with that kind of stuff. At least until they get older and start diving into like horror things and watching movies from the past. Just kind of a shame because, you know, art is kind of lost in that sense. Like the first person to use that homage to The Shining, that was really artsy, and it was just that. It was an acknowledgement. It was an homage to a great film. But nowadays everyone does it, so it's not really an homage anymore. It's just a pattern. It's just what you do. Oh, you want a game? Put that carpet in there. Everyone knows it to be scary carpet. You don't even have to know The Shining, and it'll just trigger in your brain a scary carpet. Because you've seen it in all these other scary games. But it's whatever. We still make new art. Art is not totally lost. It just feels like it. Oh, also, I want to drive over to Waltham. There's a retro video game store. There's a retro video game store where I can buy N64 games. Because I ordered The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time on eBay, and they sent me a fake cartridge. Wow, oh my god, I'm so surprised. Can you believe it? Of course they fucking did. So I returned that this week. I should have taken pictures of it. It looks pretty decent, but the stickers on it were shitty. The plastic looks all brand new, like it was just printed. And then if you look at the circuit board, the chips and the pins on the bottom, the PCB, the circuit board, looks brand new. It's normally like an older, darker green. It looks old. But this one looks like it was just made yesterday in a Chinese factory. And that's because it was. So that was interesting. Because if you didn't know, retro game knockoffs are actually a really popular market. Because there's so many like old dudes that just like love their NES and stuff. And they want to collect the old cartridges. But unless you know what you're doing. Like, I picked that up and I didn't even have to open it up to see that it was a fake. I could just tell by looking at it. It looked just brand new. But if you're not aware of that and you're not looking for it, you'd go, sweet. I got my game and it's in such good condition. Wow, I'm so lucky. I got it for super cheap and it's brand new. Wow. If it seems too good to be true, it probably is. Let me tell you that much. Yeah, but it's like there's a huge market. You can go even at video game conventions and stuff. People try to sell you fakes. That's why, like, if you're gonna go to a convention and sell it in person, people expect the buyer to open up the cartridge and take a look and make sure everything looks good. Because it's really easy for them to just create these, like, emulators. Or just, bypass the security by copying it. And just put in all new hardware. It'll run, it just doesn't run the same. It's like running an emulator, you know? Like, I'm sure the fog in Legend of Zelda isn't the same. I didn't test it. I should have fucking popped it in and seen how it worked. But I wasn't going to use it anyway, and I don't want to support that fucking counterfeit industry. So I just sent that shit back. I told the seller, I was like, this is a fake, dude. You can't sell this. He said he was going to remove it from the listing, but I have a hard time believing that he didn't realize, oh, my supplier told me they were authentic. Bitch, did you look at it? It's perfectly shrink wrapped and it looks brand new. You're selling it for $20? Really? That doesn't seem a little fishy to you? Come on now. Anyway. Just rushing through these topics. Oh, we're already most of the way through the podcast too. Damn. I was going to try and get through them quickly so could just have more time to just fuck around. But it is what it is. Last thing on the list, I just kind of wanted to bring up, this isn't the first time, but in my neighborhood, someone just went around the neighborhood leaving hate letters in people's mailbox. Particularly the brown people and the Muslim people. Jesus Christ. Hate letters, real hate letters, guys. You don't have to live down south. Where colonialism is real. Confederate flags fly. There's fucking white assholes up here too. Massachusetts is actually surprisingly racist. You wouldn't think so living on the outside, but if you live here, you know. White people be crazy. Massachusetts is just as racist as anywhere else, if not more. We have a history of it. Back in the day, people used to hate the Irish. The Irish used to be the black. That sounds so ridiculous saying it out loud if you don't know the historical context. But it's literally true. Irish people were treated like fucking garbage, and then Italians. You know, it was just whoever was different at the time. But now everyone's so mingled that, like, you know what? We're all white now. Let's just team up against those blacks. That's literally, that's literally the thought process. It's fucked. God damn. Except, like, especially with BLM and, like, all the pandemic shit. Like, I have a black friend who just, he comes from money, so he just doesn't give a shit. He just speeds around drunk, smoking, just doesn't give a shit because he's black and gay. He can just pull those cards. He feels like he could pull those cards, so he's immune to the police. And it kind of ends up being true. Oh, are you pulling me over because I'm black and because I'm gay? What is this, a hate crime? He doesn't say that, but it's implied. And it fucking works. These people say it to themselves. They go, oh, a black person? Oh, and he looks gay. I better not cause any trouble. I don't want to... I don't want to endanger my reputation. You know that's what they're thinking. But, oh man, it's so crazy. I can't believe hate. And it happened a couple years ago, too. I think during the election, several people in my neighborhood put up little signs that say, hate has no home here. You know, pretty general message. Hard to interpret that in a negative sense. Oh, hate has no home here? What are you trying to say, huh? Like, you gotta be crazy to think that. And still, we're pretty sure we know who it is. There's this fucking Trumper. Like, straight MAGA type. And everyone's convinced it must be him, because it has to be someone in the neighborhood. And everyone talks to each other. It's a small neighborhood. Everyone's friends with each other. But this guy just has problems. He's always like, he has a camera on the corner. He's trying to call the cops on people that he thinks are speeding. He's calling the cops, trying to have them put speed signs out on the road, even though he lives literally on the edge in a school zone. People shouldn't be speeding anyway. That's the cops are already aware of this. He made them put up a sign and a speed sensor just for him, and then the people in my neighborhood were like, no. So you can't just do that because you think you need one. So then they all called up too, and they petitioned for them to take it down. Because it was literally just this one guy being an asshole. Like, watch out, my kids live here. Your kids are in college, dude. I think they know how to look both ways before they cross the road. I'm not even speeding anymore. I used to be a pretty speedy dude when I got my new car, but I'm chill now. I hate driving. Especially that now I don't have to drive into work. I work from home. So since I drive so little, I can actually enjoy it now, you know? I used to like going out for drives. It was cool. It was calm. It was relaxing. But when I had to race to work every fucking day, oh my God. For a job I fucking hated. It drove me crazy. Plus I picked up bad habits from driving in Connecticut. Those people are fucking wild over there. Oh, the speed limit's 55? Let me go 105. You gotta go double the speed limit, right? Yeah. 2-lane highway, I'll pass you on the right. I don't give a fuck. Connecticut drivers be crazy, man. The Merit, shout outs to Connecticut. I know what I'm talking about. The Merit. God damn. It's a 2-lane highway that trucks aren't allowed on. And there's not a lot of spots for cops to hide out. So everyone just interprets that as, I don't know, fucking free range. It's lawless over there. People just do whatever. I thought New York drivers were crazy. They're just hella aggressive. And they can look like they're mean or just dumb and they don't know what they're doing. But Connecticut drivers are actually mentally insane. They're like, I can die today and I don't give a shit. I'm taking you with me. Like, that's literally what it looks like they are when they're driving. It's terrifying. They don't give a fuck about their life or anyone else's. Oh yeah, but what's crazy? So this time the hate letters went around our neighborhood, it was literally sent to the Muslim people. Like, dude, they just walk. You see them walking around the neighborhood every day. Did they look like they're extremists? Oh my God. Like, what did you think you literally thought that they wanted to go decapitate gay people? Or declare jihad? Strap a bomb to their chest? Like, dude, come on now. If you think that's what Muslim people are, you're fucking retarded. Maybe you should be decapitated. Actually, this guy would probably enjoy it if gay people got decapitated. He's probably homophobic as fuck. If you don't like Muslims, I have a hard time believing you're okay with gay people, too. Dude, I don't know what it is. Like, why can't people just mind their own goddamn business? I'm surprised that guy's not a cop. Thinks he needs to take the law into his own hands. He probably tried. Probably couldn't do it. He's too dumb to pass the test. Good riddance, that motherfucker. I literally don't understand. How fucking whacked out of your mind do you have to be to leave hate letters in people's mailbox because you know they're of a certain religion? Come on, dude. Did they threaten you? Go leave hate mailboxes in the Jehovah's Witness people. Why are they coming to my door? No, don't actually do that. I'm kidding, obviously. But like, those type of people are bugging you more than these. Like, come on, man. Hate definitely has a home in your household. But we don't know it's him. It's just like, it's a 90% chance that it is this dude. Because who the fuck else would it be? So I'm fucking waiting for the day he tries some shit. If I saw him like attacking someone in public, I'd be like, oh, green light means go. Now I can kick his fucking ass. And what's weird, he's nice to my family, which is weird because we don't put up any signs. We don't like him either. We just wave hi when we pass by. No need to cause problems. But this guy's such a dick. There wasn't even a house where he put his land. He was like, oh, this spot in the corner where there's not enough room for a house, let me build my house here. And then complain that there's not enough room. And that I live on the corner of a main street and that cars go by. Oh, too many cars go by. Yo, you're going too fast. Oh, even though I fucking picked this spot to build my house, you fucking retard. Oh my god. I never understand why people buy houses on main roads. Like, what if a drunk driver crashes in? I'm definitely like a cul-de-sac suburb type of person. Get me away from the road. Get me away from the highways. I don't want to hear cars. I would like some peace and quiet. And then people just, they ignore all those things. And they're like, I deserve all these things, even though it's impossible. Wah. Make my world easier to live in. Because it's not easy enough already. Fucking... For fuck's sakes, dude. Grow some fucking balls. Oh no. Did you hear his language? He must hate trans people. Dude, no, this guy's just a pussy. Men can be pussies. Women can be pussies. Men can be bitches. Women can be bitches. I don't give a fuck. If you're a piece of shit, you're a piece of shit. It doesn't have anything to do with your sex, your gender, your race, and none of that. Just don't be an asshole. That's all I gotta say. Alright. Oh, wow. Podcast is wrapping up. Let me finish. I did kind of go off on a bunch of things. I was laughing about it, though. I'm not actually upset. At least that's how I feel. I hope it came off that way as well. Yeah, just to recap, some things going on in my life. I went to a wedding like 2 weeks ago. This is the first of my friends getting married, and me and my girl had a wonderful time. It was literally the perfect wedding. Open bar, everything was on time, to the point. You didn't just feel like you're going to fall asleep waiting for someone to stop talking. It's like beautiful ceremony, beautiful location. The food was bomb, open bar. The DJ was amazing. She was fucking killing it. And everyone had a fucking blast. And then there was like a tiny little after party at the Margaritas at the hotel. So I got to meet some of the wedding party, I don't know what you call them. But at the actual event, we were kind of just hanging out with the people we knew. So it was nice to talk to some new people, friends of my friend getting married. And I hadn't even met his wife before. I've seen pictures and we worked together, so we like knew a lot about each other's lives, but I've never actually met the woman before. So she's beautiful, she's super sweet. We had a wonderful time. And yeah, that was wicked nice. I don't know if you've been to any of your friends' weddings, but it's been a while before any of my friends gotten married. And it's gonna be a while before anyone else does too. My friends are a mess. And not the most viable life partners, if you know what I'm saying. Drinking problems, cigarette problems, weed problems, lack of money problems, lack of responsibility problems, the whole gambit. My friends are still playing with Legos and video games. Fuck a wife and a family. I've got these virtual characters to keep me company. What else is new? I'm trying to look at apartments. I'm trying to move out next year. I was looking towards the city. Like, I like Jamaica Plain. But even though I'm in Boston, and my girl's in Boston, I'm still a half an hour away from her if I live in Jamaica Plain. That's fucking insane. We're both in Boston, and it takes me a half an hour to get there from here, and I'm halfway to Worcester. I can live in Boston, and it still takes me half an hour to get to you? That's fucked. What is the point? It's hard to have a car in the city. It's a pain in the butt. Like, you feel like you need one so you can go places freely. You don't have to get on the dirty-ass subway and wait. Pay for that. You don't have to pay for Ubers. But it's, like, not worth it because you got to pay for parking and figure out that situation. Everyone fucking hits their doors on your car. I don't have that nice of a car. My girl's car is much nicer, but I got mine new. Like, I don't... Sure, it's got some dents and scratches, but there's nothing I can do about those. And those are just from driving and parking next to fucking dumbasses. Like, that will happen. But if I live in the city, it's going to happen at least twice as much. Like, my poor little car. I haven't even finished paying it off yet. I'd like to keep it nice while I don't even own it yet. Once I own it, maybe then I can start treating it like a beater. But Jesus, I could literally move a half an hour towards the city, and I'm still a half an hour away? What the fuck? Fuck that. Fuck Boston. Fuck the city. I'm sure Worcester's like that too, but Worcester's a little bit cooler. Not gonna lie. I did a little comedy out there too, and I liked the people I met. Speaking of which, I gotta get back into that. But yeah, and things are going good. Life's good. I think my friend who had the wedding, he just got back from Hawaii for his honeymoon. So shout outs to the big man. Not gonna name him. You know who you are. Thank you for inviting us. Yeah, I've been playing Mario. I finally got a sub 30-minute run. It was like 29:41, I think. Still pathetic, but whatever. At least now I have sub 30 and I can quit if I want. My girl is in Florida right now. She's visiting her family for Thanksgiving. I don't know about y'all, but Thanksgiving makes me a little sad. But my mom cooked a feast. We had a good time. Made it through. It's not that bad. You just got to get through it. And enjoy. You know, don't hide in your room like I used to do as a kid. I just played video games all day, but at least I brought my video games downstairs. So, like, I was with my mom. And, yeah, I did fucking nothing all day. It was great. And, yeah. I don't know. I'm over. I can't think of anything else to say, so I'm gonna stop wasting your time. I hope you all had a great Thanksgiving. Enjoy your families. Reach out to them if you didn't. And spread love. I don't know. Or not. Do whatever you want. Don't listen to me. Y'all already know what to do. Listen to your mom. But listen to your heart. And go suck a dick. You never know what it'll do for you. Peace.